In this lab, you'll perform an electrolysis on water. Using a collected amount of gas, a measured current, and a time for electrolysis, you will calculate an experimental value of Faraday's constant. For this lab, you will need a ring stand and clamp, a 250 ml beaker, a burette, ammeter, thermometer, red, black, and gray wires, copper wire strips, a timer, and sodium sulfate. First, you will need to make 200 milliliters of a 0.1 molar sodium sulfate solution. Begin making your solution by dissolving about 2.84 grams of solute into 200 milliliters of water. You do not need exact amounts. You only need an electrolytic solution for the lab to work. Set up your lab station with the ring stand and the burette clamp. Then, fill the burette to the top with the sodium sulfate solution in the beaker and leave the excess solution in the beaker. Invert the burette and place it back into the beaker, but you should make sure that you don't have a lot of air in the burette. Instead, you should try to minimize the amount of air that gets in. Set up the electrolysis carefully by following the labeled diagram on your lab sheet. Place one end of one copper wire in the burette and leave the other copper wire in the solution. Connect this exposed end to the black wire with an alligator clip. Connect the other end of the copper wire to the red wire with the alligator clip. Make sure while you're setting up your station, you do not turn on the power. When you think you are done setting up the wires, ask for a teacher's approval before turning on the power to make sure the electrolysis runs properly and safely. Speaking of safety, this chemist is not wearing goggles. Always wear goggles. To start, turn the middle knob to 0.540 VDC and turn the left knob to start the current. You should see bubbles forming at the wire and you should aim to collect about 15 milliliters of gas. Measure the time it takes to collect, the temperature of the solution, and the currents on the ammeter. Record the info into your data table, which you will use to calculate Faraday's constant. When you are done, make sure to first turn off the power source by turning the middle knob. Then, disconnect all the wires from the copper strips and the ammeter. Clear the burette of the solution into the beaker and dispose of it into the sink. As you are cleaning, make sure to rinse all of your glassware and the ends of the copper strips. And when you're done, leave your lab station as clean as you found it.